Parkinson's disease and protein news. Doug has had Parkinson's disease for many years, but he has had a lot of problems with what he should and should not be eating. A friend read an article online that said he should not eat a lot of protein because it can interfere with his medication. Another friend read a different article that said that the protein was beneficial because it slowed the rate that the MEDs were absorbed and made them more efficient. The truth is simple: protein may be a problem for certain people and not a problem for others based on the particular degree and type of their symptoms and their exact medications. Doug, completely confused and at the end of his rope, went to a nutritionist who discussed his options with him. First, they talked about his diagnosis and his symptoms. Next, they talked about the need for protein in the body and the right amount for him personally. Because Doug tries to stay as active as possible, which helps to keep many of his symptoms at bay, he needs a typical amount of protein in his diet. He works with his nutritionist and doctor to come up with a med schedule and diet that works the best for him. But why is protein intake such an important aspect of Parkinson's disease? First, it should be understood that protein is important to the diet of all people, whether they are healthy or not. In Parkinson's disease, increased protein intake can interfere with the absorption of one of the most common MEDs that is used to treat the disease, levodopa. It may also prevent the medication from passing from the small intestine to the bloodstream, which may be the reason that some experts suggest limiting or reducing some of the protein intake in the diet. However, for those who are having severe motor system symptoms, the suggestion is made to increase the intake of vegetable-based protein. Another suggestion is to eat protein after the MEDs have been taken, called the protein redistribution diet. However, the protein redistribution is not appropriate for those who have dyskinesia, which is the impairment of voluntary movement. The slower absorption rate of a medication is actually a benefit in this instance. Source: Carlson 2008. Because Doug has only mild symptoms, the nutritionist and doctor suggests that he used a protein redistribution diet, including a supplement, called ProfectR, from Protica, which he takes in the morning after his medications. ProfectR is a liquid protein supplement that gives him 25 grams of protein per serving plus a number of vitamins and minerals that help to keep him at his best and most active. Doug is also very interested in new research, including studies that have shown how the normal appearance and function of certain proteins can affect the health and well-being of the brain and the body. One of these proteins may be beneficial in treating not only the symptoms of Parkinson's disease but may eventually be used to cure the disease itself. Until then, though, Doug and the others with the disease may have to be satisfied with lessening the symptoms that are most troublesome. Protein's role in Parkinson's disease. One of the most common words that you will see when discussing Parkinson's is protein. First, many of the brains of those with Parkinson's disease show Lewy bodies, which are abnormal circular structures that have a dense protein core. The disease itself may be caused by a genetic mutation caused by the production of a protein called isonuclein, which is found in the presynaptic terminal, which in turn creates a secondary protein that can have toxic effects to the cell. Other proteins can also become folded or otherwise mutated. In addition, a protein called protein kinase C has been linked to PD by researchers. Protein kinase C, a naturally occurring protein in the human brain, is apparently killing dopamine-producing cells. Research is hoping to find a way to neutralize these cells so that dopamine-producing cells are allowed to function and to continue producing the dopamine that is needed in the brain. Parkinson's disease strikes about 50,000 people each year. As the dopamine levels in the brain start dropping, there may be increasing incidences of preliminary PD symptoms. If the dopamine continues to drop, the disease will become more evident. Researchers are working on the theory that nearly everybody has some level of PD based on reduced or limited dopamine levels. You cannot bring dopamine levels back up to 100%. However, if you can bring them back up to 40 to 50%, the functioning level will be relatively normal. Source: Science Daily 2009. There is no cure for Parkinson's disease, but there are treatments for the many symptoms, which include trembling in the hands and arms, legs, jaw and face, rigidity or stiffness in the limbs and trunk, slowed movements, and impaired balance and coordination. It may cause an increasing difficulty with walking, talking, or completing even simple tasks. The disease typically affects people over the age of 50. However, the National Institute of Health predicts that the prevalence of the disease will continually increase as more and more people hit this age group and beyond. Parkinson's disease may or may not have a genetic factor. However, factors for developing PD include prolonged exposure to metals, pesticides, and additional environmental chemicals. Protein's role in overall health. Protein plays a vital role in the entire body, including the health and appearance of the skin, hair, and nails. Protein also builds connective tissue, contractive tissue, muscles, and contributes to the bone matrix. It helps to maintain fluid balance and regulates the pH balance of the blood. Protein also contributes to immunity. Antibodies are protein-based, and is used to form hormones and enzymes which are necessary to regulate sleep, digestion, and ovulation in women. Source: Nelson, 2009. Protein comes from two sources, animal and plant-based, and is needed in every diet. How much protein is needed depends on a number of different factors, including age, health, and activity level. Animal protein is a complete protein source, meaning that it contains all essential amino acids that the body cannot make on its own. Plant-based proteins, however, are not complete because they are lacking one or more of the amino acids. The only exception is soy protein, which is complete. Those who are bigger or more active will need more protein than others might. However, the amount that even the biggest bodybuilder might need is surprisingly similar to what the average person might need. How much protein you personally need should be determined by your doctor or nutritionist. Protein supplementation is a great way to make sure that you are getting the right amount of protein in your diet. ProfectR has more protein per serving than other types of supplements and only has 100 calories. Other protein supplements can have double or triple the calorie count but with less protein.